at all and destroyed my credit. And I knew that I had to get into real estate. Like, was anybody here in a boat like this, or is anybody currently in a boat like this? Like, no money, no credit, but you want to get into real estate? Raise your hand, because that was me. So I did what I do best, and I just went looking for the answers. And guys, this was like 2009, 2010. This is way before like this is internet is the way it is now. And I found this method called wholesaling, where I didn't have to have any money, I didn't have to have any credit, I didn't have to have anything. I just had to find these deals, put them under contract, and sell them to people that were flipping houses in that neighborhood or that were looking to buy investment properties. Who here has heard of wholesaling? Let me know in the chat or whatever it is. Um, so I was like, man, this is insane. So like you are telling me that I can get into real estate with no money, but I just have to like hustle and work my face off. I have no problem doing that. Like in the beginning, there's always going to be an exchange, whether it's going to be money or hustle. I had hustle. Like who in here feels like they have the hustle? As long as they have the blueprint, like just give me the hustle, man. That's all that we need, and then I will lay out the we'll lay out the blue we will lay out the blueprint. That's what we do every week on these things. Well, I went on to take this method of wholesaling from 2010 to about 2016 to go and do over 1,000 wholesale deals. I destroyed it. I had an entire company. We had an on-market side, an off-market side. We bought deals off the MLS, probate, you name it, we bought them. It did not matter. Did it 1,000 times, crushed it. I fixed my credit, saved up money. I bought my first house to house hack. That house changed my life, just like wholesaling did. And I was doing really well from the outside looking in. I was like making six figures all day, crushing it. But I realized one day when my partner now, Nate, called me. We were working on a big wholesale deal, a big apartment building. And it was like November. Nate had pulled Caden out of school. Caden was skipping school at like 4. I don't even know when Caden went to school anymore. But Nate pulled Caden out of school. And I was like, Nate, what are you doing? Because it was loud where he was. And he's like, man, I'm sled riding. He's like, I pulled Caden out of school and I'm sled riding. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean you're sled riding? It's like a Wednesday at noon. Like Caden should be in school. You should be working. Like, what's going on here? And Nate said something to me that I'll never forget. He's like, man, I already made $1 million this year. He's like, what do I need to make any more money for? He's like, I pulled Caden out of school and we're sled riding. And I was like, dang. Like I knew he was doing good. I just didn't know he was doing that good. And that's when I asked for his help. I'm like, Nate, like help me like do something past wholesaling. Wholesaling was a tool that I used to get and it helped me tremendously. But like, what's after wholesaling? Like, what do I do next? And he's like, you just got to start buying and holding. And who in here has heard of the Burr method, right? And it's when he introduced me to the Burr method of like, not just like any, but just how he does it. And I just like forced him to mentor me basically. I'm like, dude, like, and at the time I was bringing him deals. I had value. I was bringing value. I was selling deals, and we were friends. And from 2016 to about 2020, I went out to go buy over 80 or over 60 units, and not just any 60 units, like a certain 60 units that were in a very, very powerful appreciating zip code. Check it, right? Appreciation over cash flow, right? That's what we live. Buy better. Um, and I went on to build a portfolio of over $8 million of my own real estate. But what's more powerful than that is that real estate I only owed like $3 or $4 million on it. So I was fortunate enough to do a big cash out refi on just a few properties, not even all of them, like 7 or 8. Pulled out a decent amount of money, and then in about 2020, I went and partnered on a Hampton Inn and a Staybridge Hotel and some bigger deals. So needless to say, like it changed my life. And I was pretty much like done working from 2020 on. I just was kind of like hanging out, living off of what I had built. Until Nate kind of showed me this group and was like, hey, I want to give back the same way I helped you. I want to help other people. And I'm like, dude, I'm all about it. I love it. Like we've helped change a lot of people's lives and it's pretty exciting. But that's my story, guys. That's like a little bit about me. If anybody can relate, drop it in the chat. Let me know. Like if you're here, like I only want to talk to the people that are just like hungry go-getters and sick and tired of being sick and tired and just want to crush it. But before I get into some cold calling, showing you guys where I find houses and all that, Reese says, what if I don't got a rich dad like Caden? Bro, Reese, did you listen to any of my story? My dad worked 3 jobs. Guys, my dad worked 3 jobs just so we could be poor. Like I grew up on free lunch and my dad worked 3 jobs. Like it doesn't matter. Here's what separates anything is what separates you from what you don't have and what you want to have is simple. It's the knowledge, it's the education, it's the drive. If you guys can give me the drive, you give us the attention, you give us the commitment, we can give you the rest of it. Like it's it. Like the intangibles are the most important things that we can't teach. Either you want to do it and you're not going to be a slave to your circumstances, or you're just going to sit there and just cry wolf all the time and blame somebody else. Like if any of you think that whoever gets elected in office in November is going to change your life, you've already lost. Like just get off the Zoom. I can't help you. Like I can tell you, I don't care who gets elected because I'm in control of what I'm going to do. Do you guys understand that? It does not matter. None of that matters. What matters is what you're going to do from this moment on. So what I want to do now is I want to turn it over to Caden for man, as long as he wants to break down where he's at with this property, how he bought it, like what the timeline is, how fast Caden will become a millionaire by using exactly what we teach. So like Caden, I'm gonna pop it over to you, man. I'll be right here though, if you
All
need
right,
anything.
hey, how you guys doing today? I know you guys can't talk, so that's kind of awkward. I don't know why I said that.
They're
Uh,
doing so good, Caden. They're
They
blowing
can
up,
they can
man. They're
respond
doing
in the chat. They can respond in the chat,
they're
bro.
doing good, man.
um, so I sent you some pictures, Donald, on the text. It's my updated photos. I literally got them today so we can show them pictures of the property. I think this is going to be day 40 of it. We got up all the drywall. We got in all my cabinets, all of the most of the finished and electric. Granite counter, well, it's not granite, quartz countertops. Then Thursday they're going to come out, finish all the electric, and they're also going to get the finished plumbing done. And then next week, we're probably going to have to do it next week, get in our appliances. I wasn't able to get any this week. All of them I looked at don't get here until like Friday, Saturday of this week. So after that, though, I should basically be done because all we'll have to do is lay the flooring, which I can just call him up 1-2 day lead time. He'll just come and drop the flooring in. So this is it right here. This is the kitchen.
Hey,
We got the
Caden,
back.
can you tell us, man? I see that it's hardwood there. Why are you going over the hardwood with LVP flooring? What are a couple of your reasons?
Number one, it's not going to add any extra value to the house to have hardwood flooring there because we can just put LVP down that looks exactly like it. So it's not like it's going to be nicer. And number two, it's just going to be a lot more maintenance and it's going to cost a lot more in order to restore that hardwood. It's probably going to cost, man, probably double to restore that hardwood versus just putting in LVP. Heck, actually, probably triple because
Yeah,
LVP is
probably
probably
triple.
3,000, and then to restore all that hardwood flooring is probably going to be close to 10 grand.
Yeah, dude, it looks amazing, man. All right, keep going. I'm gonna mute myself.
This is too late. If you guys look over here where that broom is, that was Jirius's idea right there. It's going to be a coffee station.
Oh, that's cool. Right here,
Yeah, right there,
like a coffee bar area. That's nice.
or like a little
Dang,
office
that's
space.
that's
So,
such
Or
a good
like a little
idea,
desk thing. Yeah, if you're working from home.
guys.
man,
And look at this. Like we're talking about adding value for not a lot of money. These are two upper cabinets right here, and it's a each cabinet's about 300 installed. So you got 600 in cabinets, and then you got a remnant piece of stone right here.
these cabinets were
Like
like 350 installed, I think, because these ones were a little bit
350.
more just material. These one was 300, but they the soft closed ones. They're made of real wood. They're really nice cabinets.
And so why are you guys doing those ones over just like cheap particle board ones? They just last longer. It's worth it. Is that what you guys believe?
Yeah, it'll just last longer. It's also nicer, so if somebody comes in there and looks at it, they're gonna see that it's a good quality cabinet. You can feel it too. It's way
Mm.
higher quality because we used to have those little particle board ones like 10 years ago at our house, and they were pieces of crap. Honestly, they fall
Yeah,
apart.
man. These are dovetailed. They're higher quality, and they're only about $100 more than the lesser expensive cabinets. And when you're doing a kitchen, your average kitchen is like 15 cabinets. So for $1,500 to get like a 36-inch or 42-inch cabinet that's soft closed and dovetailed, like it's a no brainer. It's those areas where cadence spend a little extra money, but the ROI on that is just ridiculous because people notice that.
Yeah, and then we did the same thing with the bathroom too. Here we were going to just put LVP in there and then have the not backsplash, but the tile in the shower. Obviously, we're just going to have the floor LVP. But then we honestly decided to change because the toilet flange was a little bit too high. But I
Mm.
think that in the end, that was actually a better choice because I think that white tile looks so good with that
No, it looks
tile
beautiful, man.
bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't show my wife that because there's no reason we need to change our bathroom now. But that looks really nice.
And then in there, we don't got much else to do. You just got to put up the finish and stuff. Got to put up a fan or vanity or light or mirror. But we almost done in there, and toilet, obviously.
And you got some living
Then
room.
these other three pictures, I think it's the last three pictures I sent you. Those are just the bedroom showing you we got the new windows up, we got the drywall up. See, we almost done. We got the flooring and it'll basically look done now.
Awesome.
But
Dude, it looks so good. So Caden, all right, run us through the numbers, man. How much did you buy this for? How did you finance this? And then how much are you gonna put into it? And then what's the exit strategy for this one?
all right, so we bought this one for 70K. We bought it with all credit cards. So if we fund through Fund and Grow, I don't know if they're gonna be on here earlier or later today, but they were able to get us $90,000 in 0% interest credit cards. How that works is they'll get you some credit cards in over, I think it's an 8 to 18 month window. All of those credit cards would be 0% interest. And so that's what we did. We just bought all of those cards with those, we just bought the property and all of the materials with that card, everything, even the payroll we did with that. And then what was you saying? I don't have a good memory. What was the second thing?
No, so how much is the rehab gonna be? And then what's the value when it's all said and done?
All right, so like I said, we're gonna buy it. We bought it for 70,000. The rehab with our soft cost is going to be 80,000. So we're gonna be all in 150,000. I just talked to the realtor today. He's thinking that if we want to sell the property in 7 to 10 days, a good price to list it at would be like 270, 275. Just see where it goes from there. And yeah, we'll be in and out probably about 45 days. 45 days will be in and out.
Heck yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
thanks.
all right, so what's next? You probably, I mean, it's just so hard to find deals. There's just no deals out there, right, Caden? Guys, there's no houses anywhere. Like you just have to stop doing this, right? Who in here feels like they're having a hard time finding deals or doesn't know where to find deals? Like, let me know if that's something you guys struggle with. So, Caden, what do you got next? Is there anything
Um,
next? What's going on, man?
yeah, we got another property that we have under contract. The only problem with this one is they got like $30,000 in liens on it. So we're just gonna have to wait for the title to come back from the state to see what the interest owed on that is, to see if we're gonna, because if we're buying the property for $50,000, if it has more than $50,000 in liens, we're gonna have to negotiate that out because that's more money than we're paying for the property. But as long as it's under $50,000, all the proceeds will go to the state before they pay the whoever owns the property. So the state will be paid off on all their liens, and then the money will go to whoever owns the property. But
Oh,
on that property, we're looking. It's going to be a lot more renovations costs. Like this one was just renovation was $50,000-$60,000 with our contingency. This one's going to be about $140,000 with our contingency. It's just a lot more to do in this one, so we're probably going to be all in about 200,000. Probably, we think we could get at least 300,000, and then it's got some parcels of land on it. We can just split it up into three parcels and sell both plots of land off too, if we can
Wow.
go to the state and get that rezoned. So that was the
So
play on.
some people are asking too about how you got the funding and the credit. Do you want to hit like Fund and Grow real quick and how you guys use Fund and Grow?
Yeah, so my dad had to sign up for it because I'm not 18, so I can't do all that stuff. You can have a credit card, but you have to have a co-signer. You can't be completely by yourself until you're 18. But he just signed up for that. He went through them. I think he said in 9 months they got him $90,000 in 0% interest credit cards, and probably about a month from now they're going to come back with their final round because they do 3 rounds. I think it's not. Is it 3 rounds or 4 rounds they do, Donald?
I think it's three.
I thought it was
Three.
3.
So they do 1 round every 4 months. They'll come and get you some more credit cards. So I think they're about to be on our final one in about a month. They said that they could probably get us another about $100,000 in 0% interest credit cards. So in total, they're going to get us like $200,000 in, well, free money. But it ain't free if you go over the 0% interest time
Yeah,
frame.
depending on the timeline. For you, I think it's like 9 months and interest kicks in for y'all's one.
I think the lowest one right now is 8 months. It's eight
Eight
months
months,
until then.
and then
But hold on, I want to
interest
say
kicks
something
in.
about that real quick, guys.
Yeah, go ahead,
And like
Juris.
you don't need like 800 credit scores. Like these guys are really good. Like if your credit's like in the mid sevens, like there's no guarantee,
No,
but like
I
they're
think they said 600 something they could do.
yeah, well, I listen, Caden, I wanna under promise and over deliver. All right. Let me tell the people sevens, and then when they get more, they come back happy, right? But like you don't need to be a millionaire. Like this isn't something crazy. Like, but when you guys are talking credit, and if you're in my shoes, I'm just like, what else is there besides credit? Because I've already ruined that. But for those of you that have not, this is an awesome option to learn. The very important thing to understand though is you've just got to make sure you're not setting yourself up to fail. Like you got to have the right systems in place, the right processes. You got to know where you're going to buy, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, Fund and Grows is an awesome tool. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
you're
dropped the
gonna
link for that in here, Donald.
you're
Yeah,
gonna use those credit cards. You got to be safe with them because after I think it's 8 or 12 or whatever the time frame is, it jumps up. One of them I think we have jumps up to a 28% interest rate every single month. So you got to have a plan if you're going to do this to be in and out way before the interest hits, way before you
yeah,
get.
and Adrian saying my credit's terrible. What so Fund and Grow is so we have some different partners. We have PPG, which is like discounted that we got a really awesome discount for paint. Fun and Grows one as well. Nate and Caden personally use them. We always want to use the products before we ever recommend it to somebody else. So they'll do like a free consult call with you, give you, let you know if it can work, give you some tips on maybe what to do with the credit, right? And then from there, they actually have, and this is legitimate. Like sometimes you go, oh, they really have one of the best deals for our community. And so they have like a BOGO deal right now for Fund and Grow as well. And so I'll drop the link below if you guys have questions, you can always contact them.
Hey, Donald.
What's up, Nate?
Hey, sorry to cut in, man. I'm out here. It's loud out here. I'm on this cruise ship, but just wanted to say thank you for jumping on, everybody. Thank you, Caden, for and Jarius, man. Caden, you're crushing it, man. Keep crushing it. Get that house punched out, man. I'll see you when I get back.
All right, I'll see you.
Nice hair. All right, later, y'all.
Thanks, Nate.
Seeing it.
Nate's cruising. Yeah, it's drop Fund and Grow there. And then also, guys, we had a few people asking Jarius and Caden, how did you find this deal?
This one we found through a wholesaler. Think he's actually in the academy. But he just said he had a deal and he came to us and he just wanted something small for a wholesale fee. But yeah, he just came to us. We did the numbers. We walked through it in about an hour. We just went and broke it down every single line item from the roof all the way down to the foundation. Broke down how much it's going to cost for us, and because they wanted $220,000 at first, so we went in there. We underwrote every single item, and we showed them, "Hey, look, we're going to have to be in it for this amount. We can't buy the property for this." So that's why we offered them. I think our first offer was $40,000. They came back at like $50,000, and then we came back again at $48,000. So you
Hold
just
on,
got,
hold on. So they wanted it for 220,000 and you guys
yeah,
got it for 48,000?
yeah, because we just broke down the numbers for them. Now, obviously, if we went in there and they wanted $220,000 and with no explanation, we offered them 50,000, they'd probably be like, "Man, they trying to rip us off." But we went in there, we walked through the property with them, and we showed them, "Hey, look, if we come and buy this property for $220,000, there's no room for us to make money. So this is what we have to be in for in order for us to make money." So they're reasonable people, and they saw that
Wow.
it makes sense.
That's awesome. Anybody have any other questions for Caden on this deal and his journey to become a millionaire in 9 months? That's his goal before high school graduation. And then Jerry's, I know you're going to do some off market deals. Reese, so I've got a question. If I do buy the Burr class, how will I be able to pay for them and then go to real estate realtor school, especially if I want to start in Florida? Yeah, I mean, Reese, feel free. Our team can talk to you about our academy. This call is really focused on just really providing value and teaching stuff. We do have a private academy, Reese, which our team can talk to you about. It just depends on your goal, man. Like if your goal is to build wealth in real estate, you might not need a realtor's license unless you want to become a realtor, right, Jerry? So, I mean, what would you say to that?
Dude, I mean, so I want to hit a couple things. I see Adrian's comment. I want to hit that. But all right. So here's the deal. I'm I'm a fan starting out of getting your real estate license, Reese. I don't see any reason not to, but I don't want you to just to be a regular realtor. Like regular realtors, like are a dime a dozen. Like there's so many people out there. Who here knows somebody that is a realtor that like gets like a $124,000 listing every 6 months? Like you don't want to be that realtor because they don't get it. Like they're not really making money. They're just a realtor and they're playing real estate. I don't want you guys to play real estate. The way I used my real estate license was I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm going after these off-market deals. And the deals that I couldn't make work, the deals that I couldn't make work as wholesale deals, I listed them on the MLS using my real estate license and I listed them for a discount. And my motto back then, and it's something still today, really, is like, do you want some of the money or none of the money? And I needed some of the money. So I gave them a discounting listing agreement so that way I could still make money. I could still hold open houses. I can meet other investors. I could just grow my network. So having a real estate license, there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't want you to think that because you sign with a broker, they're going to teach you. Because I can promise you 90% of the brokers out there are just going to lie to you. They just are. They just like, for them, you're just a number and you're just a person that's going to sit there and do grunt work. That's it. Um, that's just the truth. And then Adrian says, this is a good comment. He's like, hey, he was saying what after making 1,000 wholesale deals. I honestly would be fine with that. Just wholesaling. Not trying to count your pockets, but what type of profit did you make wholesaling 1,000 deals? Good question. So here's like rough math. So basically, our average like hit, we called it our average profit was about $6,000 a deal. Let me share let me share my screen real quick. Give me one sec. Let me get a calculator up for you guys. Because I'm not Nate. I need a calculator. Can't do math like him. That man is a walking Texas Instrument. All right. Can you guys see my screen? All right, cool. So we're gonna just break down basic math on this. So our average hit was $6,000. So I got average 6,000 and did 1,000 deals. What does that equal? $6 million. Now, we got $6 million over the span of 6 years. So divided by 6 years, we really wholesaled hard. So that's about $1 million a year in gross revenue that we made. Now, the first thing about wholesaling is like I love wholesaling. I'm super grateful for it. It taught me how to talk to homeowners. It taught me how to talk to investors, sellers, how to underwrite deals. It taught me so many things. But the problem with wholesaling is that there's always an exchange happening. I had to still be trading my time and managing the system in order to make money. I want to get you guys on the other side of that. I want you guys to be able to build a system like a rental business that, hey, listen, real estate's not passive. Anybody that says it's passive is just full of crap. Unless you're investing as an LP in some syndications, a limited partner, like you're going to put work in, but you just got to manage the amount of work you put into it. That's just the truth. But this was $1 million that we were doing gross in our wholesale deals. Well, we paid our SAs, our sales associates, and our AAs, our acquisition associates, very well. We paid 35% to each of them. So we were paying out 70% of this in commissions. So we to the bottom line went 30%. There's 30%, $300,000 a year. Now let's divide that by 12 months. That's $25,000 a month, which is good money for the company to make. Here's the thing. Back then, remember I said I was wholesaling guys way before it became super cool to wholesale, way before it was the thing to do. How do I stop sharing my screen? I can't find that thing. I was wholesaling way before like anybody was doing it on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. And we were using a software called Salesforce back then. And our Salesforce integrations were very expensive. They were not cheap. They were very, very expensive. We were spending about $15,000 a month on software and then another 10,000 on rent. And then we did stuff with the team and this and that. So it wasn't super like lucrative, but we built the business so that we could make a lot of money with our friends is really what happened. And and to be totally honest, the truth is looking back, if I could change anything about this, I would I would I would have turned my wholesale business over to virtual assistants and left it running. But back then, I didn't really know anything about VAs like I know now. And I would have left the machine running, but I didn't. It all happens for a reason. It didn't work out. But like what's cooler than saying you wholesaled 1,000 deals is saying that you took down and own 100 of them, because that's where the real wealth is. Does that answer your question, Adrian? Does that help kind of make some sense on kind of where I was at and like what the thought process behind that, man? Let me know if that does. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Are you still in the Canton area? Can I come tag along for a day? I'm not. I'm actually selling all my stuff. I'm selling all my stuff up in Canton. I don't even know. I just bought it because I grew up there. I wanted something close to my family. Um, but yeah, I'm getting rid of everything up in Canton. Gina's like, is wholesaling almost like a mandatory first step if you have no money to start? Okay, Gina, I love this question. All right. In summary, here's the way I look at wholesaling is in the beginning, you've got to bring value. There's an exchange happening in everything. Okay. Now, most of the times we're used to exchanging money for a thing. Like, hey, I want the new iPhone. So here is $1,500. Give me the iPhone. Now, what if I don't have $1,500? Look at this iPhone like a piece of real estate or a property. Well, if I don't have $1,500 to buy this iPhone, but I really, really want it, what do? Well, you go out and find a way to either earn $1,500, whether it's side jobs, hustles, whatever it is, to go buy it, or whoever has the new iPhone, you bring them value. Hey, new iPhone, I'm going to go clean the gutters, mow the lawn. I'm going to help my capital partner bring value. Like, what exchange can you bring to something in order to get that first deal? So wholesaling isn't a mandatory step, but man, if you can underwrite and bring somebody like me deals, like I'll cut you in on a deal. If you're gonna help me get deals that I couldn't get otherwise, I'll bring you in on a deal. Why wouldn't I? I'm gonna teach you how to manage the project too. And then I'm gonna make you so good at running the projects that we're 50-50 on. You bring me the deals, I'll bring the capital. And then I want you to be so important and make yourself so valuable to me that when you leave me, I'm crippled. That's how valuable. And I've helped like helped Danny do that. I helped Dylan do it. Like I've helped a lot of people do this. And that's like how you want to pour in. So in the beginning, just got to look in the mirror and just be like, am I somebody that's investable? Am I somebody that somebody will want to partner with? Does that make sense, guys? And and when you feel like you don't know what to do, like here's the deal, guys. Like we have a private academy, we have a mentorship, we help lots of people do it. Guys, if you want info on that, just comment mentor, and somebody will get that to you. But if you're not ready yet, and you just want to like dip your toes or whatever, if you just go in this group, the Bird group, and you search Nate Barger's name, you search my name, we have hundreds of hours of free trainings. Like we literally give this stuff away all the time. But if you feel like you want help executing and you want a community, you want to find a private lender, you want to find somebody that you can partner with, like just comment mentor, and somebody on our team is going to get a hold of you and give you a clear roadmap on how to get from where you're at to where you want to go. The information costs nothing, but I can promise you it costs more to not do it than it does just to take a couple minutes to find out if it'll help. But guys, if you want some free trainings and stuff, comment trainings and we got you on that. So either way, our goal is this. Like, I just want to leave you better than when I got you. That's all. That's all that I care about. So who here just wants me to shut up and call people? Raise your hand. I'm okay with that. You guys just be honest. All right, cool. Where are my West Coast people? Can somebody drop a couple West Coast numbers here? Or whatever, zip codes? Oh, Brennan, I see Brennan running back. Brennan, you're in the academy, right? Let me unmute you real quick. Brennan, I unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Yes.
What's up?
What's
You're in the
up, dude?
academy, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, all right. You were on the call earlier. I promised you this.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
Where do
I
you
promised
live?
you I'd be here. I'm in
Where do you live?
Riverside, California.
Perfect. Oh, I used to live in La Mesa during my military journey all over the place. What's
La
funny,
Mesa.
guys, it's in San Diego. It's over kind of by like Coronado and stuff.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
California is so expensive. I did work on helicopters. I worked at Fashion Valley Mall. I worked at Foot Locker, and then I worked in the back at Abercrombie and Fitch because I was too ugly to be out front. I was just putting sensors on all the stuff you guys were stealing. That's it. That's just what I did in California. But you know what's cool though is to go back and just go buy the whole block. So Brennan dropped his zip code. Jody asked, so you don't call after 7 on the East Coast. Good to know, so you don't make people mad. Right. So I like to I kind of kept calling it like 7:30 ish. but we're going to the West Coast for this reason. So I'm gonna drop in the chat, guys, what the tool that I use to make all these calls. It's Deal Machine. It's our special bundle that we have with Deal Machine. You get hooked up on this. I don't have all the information, but if you guys go there, check that out. You can go there, sign up. It's free. You get like a free 7-day trial with a bunch of marketing credits to do what I'm going to show you. And what's super cool is like Deal Machine doesn't charge anything for skip tracing, which is awesome. So let's do this. I'm going to share this screen. Boom. All right. Can you guys see Nate on there? All beautiful and holy. Just stand there with all that good light. All right. Cool. I'm going to go in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click get started. But mine's going to log me in. So my screen will go straight to the login because I am a member. So let's check this out. All right. So this is what I'm going to see here. So I'm starting in Brennan's zip code. Brennan, do you have any real estate right now? Where are you at, man? Like with your journey. I got you. Brennan. All right, he'll unmute at some point. All right, listen, Jody. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. First of all, Deal Machine's not even that expensive. It's like $119 or something a month, which is like not a ton of money. Like, guys, like there comes a point where you got to scrape something together. But if you guys want to come to my call this Thursday at noon, I will find deals with 100% with zero money. I will show you guys how to find deals, not using a single penny on how to find deals. Who wants to come to that on Thursday? Let me know if you guys want to come to that. And that's Thursday at noon. I will show you how to do it without Deal Machine. So like there's no excuse, guys. I'm I'm telling you, there's nothing. I want you guys to understand this, and I'm gonna get like super aggressive and angry and passionate. It's just like the Arab in me, man. You just get me fired up, guys. Stop, stop saying money is an issue because it's just not. It's not. It's knowledge. And you guys on calls like this, you're on this stuff religiously. You guys are on here all the time, right? People get on here, watch the trainings, watch the stuff in the Facebook groups. And even just watching it without even being in a paid community, it doesn't matter. You guys can watch all the videos we have and it can give you every step. We have hundreds of hours of free videos. The difference is like, are you going to execute or are you just going to consume? And our whole life, we've just been taught to consume because we've always been taught that making mistakes are wrong. Like, you can't make mistakes. That's not good. Don't make a mistake. When it's like, dude, you've got to make mistakes. The thing is, though, is make calculated mistakes. You don't need to jump off a cliff with nothing on the other end. Like, we are your parachute. We want to help you guys do this. So don't don't wait till it's too late. Like, just don't wait too late. Jody, man, I got contracts. I got everything. You guys, listen, I've got everything. Why don't you let me call some people and we'll work through all that, okay? I've got you guys. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm in Deal Machine. You guys can see that, okay? I'm gonna put in Brennan's zip code. Now, here's a little homework that I need to do just for me. Now, when I'm talking to these people, like when who here, all right, let me start from the beginning. So Brandon's got the zip code. Who here has a idea? Who here knows exactly where they want to invest? So much so they've narrowed it down to like 5 to 8 zip codes. Is anybody that laser focused on their areas? Nobody? Anybody? Somebody? Nobody? All right, that's fine. Listen, that's all right. Well, I'll just not there, but hopefully soon. Reese Jr. All right, cool. Phil, what's up, Phil? All right, cool. So he's like, yeah, my area is New Jersey. It's like, oh, okay, New Jersey, but whatever. So I'm gonna go in here, and I just want to see the zip code that Brennan's talking about. So this is a zip code. I want to go into maps. And I just want to get a little familiar with it. Now, you guys won't have to do this because you know your zip codes. So this is Riverside. I'm just looking over here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Check it out here. I'm in Riverside. This is the area here. Now I want to zoom in a little bit and like I'm right here. Boom, Riverside. Cool. And I'm going to show you why that matters here in just a second. So I'm in Riverside right here, and there's 13,000 properties in this area. So when you guys see these properties, I just want you to think opportunities. Now, here is the filters that I like to use. I'm going to share a couple. One filter that I love to use, you go right up to here, click quick filters. I want to search for senior owners. I want to search for absentee owners. And I'm going to search for out of state owners. So now you see it gets it down to about 7,500. Now I want to take it a step further. Like, I want to be laser focused, guys. Like, Follow me. Write laser focused in the chat, man. If you guys want to get laser focused, laser focused. I'm gonna hit match all. Let's just see what happens. All right, 40 guys, 40 opportunities, 40 of exactly what I'm looking for. Now, like this is getting focused, right? Like this is cutting through the crap. Now, boom, I got 40. Now, what I want to do is I don't want to sort right now it's sorted newest to oldest, and I don't want to look for properties that have recently transferred because they probably will be less motivated to sell. So let's do this. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Boom. Here we go. We got right here. Where are we at here? Via Pueblo. Now, for me, in my experience, I'm gonna drop another little nugget. For me, the area that I've always had the most success in, the areas that I like to buy properties in, are properties with an ARV, an after repair value, anywhere but like that are in like the first time home buyer price point. So like we're in California. I know things are a little bit more expensive. So I'm looking just like from what I'm seeing right here. I'm probably looking for stuff in between $400,000 to $500,000 after repair value. Does that make sense, guys? I want to look for kind of first time home buyer. I'm not trying to buy a $900,000 house. I'm not trying to buy $1 million house. I'm just trying to buy like a nice first time home buyer ARV area. So I'm gonna skip Via Pueblo and I'm gonna check out Via Mesa Verde. Why not? I'm gonna look here. And a little bit more expensive, 500. That's not a big deal. And what I'm gonna do is take it a step further. I want to pull this up here, and I just want to see where this is at. Now, you guys are gonna have a better idea because you know your areas. So I'm gonna see here. Cool. It's next to Canyon Creek. Cool. Canyon Creek Drive, Canyon Key. There's like everything back here is Canyon Creek via Sierra Nevada. Cool. All right. I just want to see the pocket because when I call this homeowner and they answer, I just want to speak with some kind of intelligence about the area. And here's my script, guys, kind of where I'm at. So basically, I'm gonna call them, and I'm just gonna say like, I'm just gonna ask them, hey, I was calling about your property on where is it? On Via Mesa. I was wondering if you'd be interested in selling it. That's it. Like that's it. And I'm gonna shut up. And you guys are gonna hear me, do this, but I'm gonna shut up. And then what I'm gonna do next is just introduce Brennan. Now Brennan's not gonna say anything, but it's gonna be along the lines of like, cool, my partner and I, we've done a few properties in that area. We're familiar with the neighborhood, and we're looking for another one. Would it be would you be interested in having Brennan come look at it or wherever it goes? But I'm essentially gonna tee Brennan and whoever else I call for up to be able to take over. Is this cool? Are you guys ready? Again, unscripted. I don't know if anybody's going to answer. They might not. They maybe will. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to have fun doing it. Either way. Who in here is afraid to call people? Just out of curiosity, show of hands. Does this make anybody nervous? Some people are like, man, I get nervous just watching you. And I was like, don't be nervous. Guys, listen, and break it down like this. Like, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You just be like, you just be nice and whatever else. So let's call. So what's super cool about Deal Machine is like it will give me a local number when I call, and it will even give me a little script, which I'll show you. I won't use it, but I'll show it to you. Um, quick do not call thing, guys. My thing when it comes to do not call is I'm not calling to sell them anything. I'm not calling to sell them home. I'm not calling to extend their car warranty. I'm not calling to sell. I'm not calling to sell them long distance. I'm not calling to sell them anything. I'm calling to solve a problem. If I'm calling you, it's because there's a specific set of problems. You're a senior out of state owner. You're tax delinquent. There's an issue that needs solved. That's it. And if they tell me not to call, be respectful. Don't be jerks. We're not trying to be jerks. Like for every one that won't, there's 7 that will. So let's just find the ones that will. We're sorting. We're not selling. I'm sorting. Once you understand that you're just going through it, that's all that matters. So, all right, call this first number right here. I'm calling John. Like, what do I say? You guys hear that? Uh-oh. Can you hear the disconnected? All right, so that's not the right number. So let's call this number here. There's another number. It's like if you don't know what to say. Oh, uh-oh. All right, well, that did not that did not work. He did not answer. All right, let's call Deborah. All right, that one did not work either. Let's call her other number. Oh, I've reached the maximum All right, so it doesn't let you spam the people like that. All right, well, let's skip that one. Let's go here to Daff Daffodil, California. So opening Google Maps, same thing. Just want to look. Daffodil, Quail Run, Via Pueblo. Cool. All right, let's call John. Wonder if this is the same John. See that guy that clicked that? It gives me a script right there. All right, no answer. Let's call the next one up. So this is a 2-bed, 1,000 square feet, off market, cash buyer, senior owner, high equity, out of state owner. Oh lordy, I'm not gonna be able to say that name right, but I don't care. I'm gonna do the whole. I won't even say their name. Let me just see what happens. All right, nothing. Let's keep going. Guys, remember we're sorting. Like, I want to get through this fast. Texas, Beverly, here, via Albuquerque. Let's go. Guys, we got to get somebody to answer. We're not stopping. Greg, I do use virtual assistants sometimes, but for people getting started, I recommend that nobody uses one until you've done 1,000 calls. Like, you guys can't just get one off the bat because you won't know how to manage them. You won't know how to set SOPs. You won't know how to make them better unless you've done it. Brennan, are you a jeweler? What are you doing over there? Or a chemist? What's going on? Oh, you're fixing devices? Cool. All right. Let's call the next number. So that might have been the right one, but let's keep going on this list. Who on here is nervous just watching me? Anybody? I love it. All right, next. Let's go find somebody else. Ottawa. This is it. I can feel it. This is it, guys. Look at that. This is the perfect house. Tell me you can't find deals in California. Look at that. Man, 3 beds, 1,000 square feet, 1 bathrooms. I know I got a value add. I can add a half bath there or another bathroom. I can definitely knock this out. Keep calling. This is how cold calling is for it is. Guys, here's the deal with cold calling. A good connection rate, like when I'm like monitoring my VAs and stuff, is anywhere between 10 and 15% is what you're gonna connect with. It just is. That's the connection rate. Like sort, boom, boom. And when you guys pull these lists, you're gonna pull them a lot more efficient. Like you would actually go in and pull a list. I'm kind of like moving around and dialing, but it makes it a lot easier just for sake of this demonstration. All right, Kansas, let's do this. I might do a different filter, Brennan. But I'm gonna keep calling for 9 more minutes in your area. And then after that, I'm gonna do somebody else's. All right. I just can't control what's gonna happen. But all I can do is try. That's all that I want you guys to do is just try. That's a super bad area. You're gonna get shot. Dude, man, I've been ran out of I will tell you guys crazy stories, but I'll just keep this to cold calling. I've been chased out of my house with guns, crack pipes, like everything. That's how you know you're buying in the right area. Greg, you don't take a bullet. Nicole,
Hi, you've reached the Welch family. Sorry we're not able to take your call, but do not leave a message here as we do not check this voicemail. So either try us back or call us on our cell phones. Thank you.
I'll try your cell phone. Hey Nicole, if you come on my call at noon, we'll pull. No, we're not actually. My call this Thursday is going to be showing you guys how to do this without any software that costs $0, 1,000% no money. I'm going to show you guys that on Thursday. It Junior, it's the same link. Yeah, I know, right? My voicemail is like, don't leave a voice. My voicemail is like, don't leave a voicemail. Just text me if you want to get a response. It's just true. It's just so much easier. Doing that.
Hi, we can't come to the phone right now, but leave a message and we'll.
All right, let's do this. Let's call this last number here and check it out. So what am I looking for? I saw Jody said, what's the criteria other than first time home buyer? It's what I showed you earlier. It's like tax delinquent, out of state, senior owner, absentee owner, tired landlord. Any of these filters work great. And the key is just being consistent when we're calling and setting up good follow up. Sorry, I get nervous sometimes that they're gonna answer while I'm like rambling on with you guys. So I gotta try to keep one ear over here and listen.
The person you're trying to reach is not
All
available.
right,
At the tone.
next, let's do this. I'm gonna change the filter up a little bit. So I'm gonna clear all the filters. I'm gonna go tax delinquent, out of state owners. I'm gonna do tired landlords. And guys, if you have any questions about like the filters, if you go over to here, it tells you exactly how they define them. People that own their properties for 15 years or more. Boom. I've got 4 that match exactly there. And one's an expired listings. That's exciting. All right, so let's do this. And then also property type, you can sort them all out. Like Deal Machine's got everything. It's awesome. So MJ, you can leave voicemails. The thing is I do a lot of these demos and I leave a lot of voicemails. I used to leave a lot of voicemails. So I would just like clog my dialer full of calls from like all over the country. So I definitely encourage you guys to leave voicemails, but I'm not because like I'm not really trying to buy these deals. If I pick them up, I just want you guys to buy them. Yeah, so yeah, voicemails are awesome. Nothing against them, but just for what I'm doing, I'm not going to. So let's start here. We only got 4, so this is great. And they're all like right where I want them to be. So all right, Everton. This is in Ohio. This is Cleveland. Let's look here. It says residence, William. So this is just a residence, it looks like, but I'm gonna call anyway. Oops. Let's call Stephanie. Yeah, and iPhone, when it comes to wholesaling, there's gonna be different things in different states for the most part. But like there's 100 different ways to do it. Like whether you're assigning, you're double closing, you're doing asset purchase, there's so many different ways. Like I just want I don't want you to be limited by that. Like that's a non-issue. Like we're not worried about that stuff. What I'm more worried about, guys, is like I see a lot of people that are like wholesaling now that are just like like full of shit, really, to be like they're daisy chains. They don't have deals under contract. They're doing it unethically. Like when we're wholesaling, I need you to understand we are solving a problem. We are helping people sell something they want to get rid of. And we're connecting investors with inventory. Like that's the win-win for wholesaling. Nowadays, so many people are just doing so many unethical things when it comes to wholesaling, and it gives it a really, really bad name. I'm old school. Like I wholesaled before the internet said it was cool. Like I did it. Like I actually did the deals. I didn't do a deal and a half and then try to like tell you guys all this stuff. Like I did it. Like, and I just don't want you guys. And I'm never going to teach like unethical wholesaling. I'm not going to teach people that like lie and just like give crappy advice and put crap under contract just to do it. Like, that's not good for anybody. All right, let's call Harold. So Max, I hit the do not call list a little bit earlier. My thoughts on that is like I'm not calling to sell them anything. That's like it. Um just use the free trial for now. It's like 100 120 $150 or something. I know, Edward, everybody's wholesaling. It's a joke. Um so David, I prefer any number that's in here. It doesn't even matter. And you find a lot of
To voicemail. Person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
yeah, all right. Nothing there. So I'm gonna get rid of a filter real quick. I'm gonna get rid of tire landlords. 10 popped up. So cool. So let's keep going. I think I called this one earlier. So this is an expired listing. I want to see this one. So this was the listing agent. I don't want to call the listing agent. All right. The owner's info is not on that. Let's just call this one a citrus. Guys, I got to talk to somebody or I'm going to be so sad. Hey, Nicole, I'm not going to do Jacksonville. I'm not going to do East Coast.
Has been forwarded to the person.
Just because it's late on the East Coast. I'll do East Coast a different day. Brennan, man, we are hitting a brick wall with this right now, man. Feel like you gave me a bad zip code. You set me up to fail in front of 128 of my closest friends. Why would you do that to me?
This is 508-370-7300.
Because I'm not stopping. We are getting a hold of somebody. I'm getting hung up on tonight. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna get hung up on. All right, let's do this. Let's go back to my filters. I just want to look for tax. Let's just do tax delinquent. Perfect. Tax delinquent, and let's just do out of state. Oh, that was 10. Do tax delinquent, absentee. It's still 10. All right, here we go. 247. Let's see what we got. So I want to go to the oldest. Let me go to the bottom. What is this? University 5,000. Wonder if that's just. This looks like it's probably just land. Don't want to do the land. Let's call this guy Robert. Robert in California. Off market, cash buyer, high equity, absentee owner, senior owner, tax delinquent. Who here is enjoying me watching me not connect with anybody? Does anybody like this? Because I don't. I'm so frustrated. But like this is the game, guys. Like it's anybody that's out there telling you like it's all just it just happens and it's so easy and it's this is just lying to you. All right, let's keep going. University, that looks like that was land again. Here we go. Dwight Enrique Cruz. Let's see what you got, man. It is real, Christina. It's worth it though, man. It's definitely worth it. Like, how many people on here are working W-2s, like work jobs and want to get into real estate? Let me know in the chat. Like, like my advice to you guys is just set a calendar, like a little calendar invite to yourself, and just do this for 30 to 45 minutes a day. That's it. And and just like, we spend so much time building other people's dreams and working for somebody else. Like, just carve out 30, 45 minutes just for you. Just like you time, pick up deals, work on this skill, get better and better. Do you see that, Val? I got signed out, but I'm still here, so that's all that matters. Somebody kicked me out of Zoom.
Yeah, I think you're good. Same thing happened to me too as well. I think we're good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Let's call Beverly. Oh, wait, we called Beverly. Man, she's popping up on every list. All right, Matthew. Yeah, I mean, that's Edward. That's like, those are numbers. Like, you gotta do this long enough to get your numbers. Today in the academy. Wait, Brennan, was it you? Who was it that said, was it you, Brennan? I'm gonna unmute her after this. Say what you said earlier today, man. So,
Yeah, I called.
Matt.
Hello?
Hey, Matthew, how are you?
Yeah. Good.
Hey, man, my name's Jairus. I was calling about your house on Sierra Nevada.
Ah, yes. Uh-huh. And?
No, I was just seeing if you're interested in a cash offer.
Yeah, we're not in the market right now.
Got it. Yeah, my buddy and I just did one around the corner. Any chance that you might be in the next few months?
I'm not thinking so. I'll talk to my wife about it.
Got it. Do you guys happen to have anything else you might want to get rid of?
No, not right now.
Cool. All right, man. Well, either way, have an incredible night. And if for some reason, if anything changes or you do come across the house, I will pay up to like $5,000 in a finder's fee. And you can just text it to this number, man. I'm always looking.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
Cool. All right, man. Well, have a great night.
Okay, bye now.
Yeah, bye. Guys, I gotta be honest. I thought he was one of those voicemails that, like, how your friend would have a voicemail that you thought would answer and then it wouldn't answer. I thought he was like messing with me, and I was like, I don't, because Brian didn't. It just sounded like and then it said like drop voicemail. I was super confused for a minute, but like I was able to kind of pick it up. So whatever. I know, Max. I didn't know what was happening. I was just like, I thought it was a voicemail, so it kind of tripped me up. But like, right. But look, guys, like I'm not gonna say like I fumbled it, but like, was I perfect? Am I ever perfect on a call? Like, you guys don't need to worry about that. So he's like, yeah, no. He's like, and what? And yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's call some more people. Campus View. I'm gonna call a couple more. Wait, Brennan, are you unmuted still? Here, Brennan, tell your story, guys. This isn't our private community. Brennan, I don't know how long have you been in the academy, man. Will you tell your quick story? You gotta quit muting yourself, Brennan. I need you. I want Brennan to tell a story. I know that was funny. All right, Brennan, can you hear? Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, man. All right, tell everybody what you said earlier today in the coaching call.
Yeah, I was just saying. So I'm really hesitant about calling, or I was. And the other day I decided I'm just going to go through Deal Machine and just call. And I did about 50 calls. I got like, I don't know, probably like 45 of them, no answer. I actually was leaving voicemails, and I got one person that said, no, leave me alone. I got one person that texted back and said, leave me alone. And then I got the last person. This is where I stopped. The last person I called, I spoke to her. She was driving. Hey, how's it going? Hi, my name is Brennan. I'm just calling about your property here. Just curious if you're interested in a cash offer. And she says, no, I'm not. No, I'm not interested in selling that. But I do have this other one that I'm interested in selling. And I said, really? Wonderful, great. So I got the address, and it's funny because it was already on my list. So, and she said, yeah, I'm trying to sell it to the owner or the people that are living there, but they're kind of hanging their feet. It's been a couple of years and I'm kind of getting tired of it. And but my son is getting married in the next month. So, check back with me in November. I said, great. And this is an out of state one. And she said, I see you got a local number. I'm like, hey, look, honestly, I kind of go between California and, New York. So, let me shoot you a text from my personal number. Is that cool? That way we can stay in contact. He's like, yeah, great. Wonderful. So, but yeah, it took me, I believe it was like 50 calls. I just sat there and did it, and might have a deal. Yeah. Might have my personal.
and you keep going. Like you keep that deal. That deal is a deal card. It's an opportunity, but you keep looking for more and more and more, man. That's how you build that pipeline, guys. Like I didn't close 1,000 deals off the rip. Like I built a pipeline. So like how long have you been in the academy, Brendan?
So I think
Wait, what do you say?
just about like 3.5 months.
Nice. That's awesome, man. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
so
I
but
love that.
serious about it. It's been actually being serious about it. Maybe the last few weeks. So
Good. Dude, I'm so
yeah,
pumped for you, man. That's awesome. Well,
I'm
that's it. That's
excited.
awesome. Heck yeah, dude. All right. Well, I'm gonna call a couple more numbers here, and then I want somebody else to drop a zip code, and then I'll call the next zip code. But guys, if you want any help on this stuff, like if you like want to get into real estate, you're not sure where to start, and you just want a game plan, if you just comment mentor, somebody will get a hold of you, and like we'll set up a strategy session just to like say like, hey, you want to get here, this is how you do it. Whether or not like I can help or Nate can help, it doesn't matter. Like we will leave you better than when you got on the call. I promise you. You don't have to do this alone. Like you can get like a roadmap. So if you just comment mentor, man, one of us will get a hold of you, and we'll get you all the information you need. All right, let's go. Let's do this, Brendan. It's you and me against the world, man. Um, Evergreen. Oh, that's just an email. Here we go. Kansas Avenue. All right, cool. We got William. So look, this is properties on Kansas Avenue. His mailing address is something different. So like again, it lets me know he's not living in it. He's renting it. That's exactly what I want to see. All right, cool. David said maybe I'm younger, but 8 to 8:30 on the East Coast. Too late to call. Yeah, it's a little too late. Like I feel like right there you might be like I wouldn't really call past like 8:15 ish. Um, but I like that's like max for me. Like between 8 and 8:15.
Hello.
Hey William, my name is Jarius. How are you?
Hello.
William?
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Who is this?
My name is Jerry. I was calling about your house on Kansas. Uh, just seeing if you had any interest in selling it.
But my wife?
Your house on Kansas Avenue?
Campus. I don't live on Campus Avenue.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, you got the wrong number.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry about that. Do you happen to have anything that you might want to sell? William? William? No, William, come back. He accidentally hung up on me. That's okay. All right. That's all right. Well, that didn't work out. That didn't work out, guys. My night's ruined. Everything's sucks. Real estate doesn't work. Zoom's over. Right? No, that's not what we do. All right, let's call Wendell. Wendell Way. All right, I'm gonna call this one. Oh my god, I went 10 minutes past this. He hung up. I know, I know. Guys, remember the rules. You gotta have your camera on. Who's the first zip code to have their camera on? King's High Life. Do you got your camera on? No camera. I gotta go to the next one. Who's got their camera on? Geraldo Sanchez. Where's Geraldo? Yep. My man. He's got it. See where we're going next. We're traveling the country.
Now,
Tennessee.
the
Oh,
person you're trying to reach is
what time
not
is it in
available.
Tennessee?
At the tone,
Is it an hour behind us? Is it 7:40 in Tennessee? Geraldo? Right, let's call Ottawa. All right, we'll call Ottawa, then I'm gonna go to Tennessee. We'll call a little bit. I think it's an hour behind us, so it's not 8 yet. 7:40. Okay, cool. All right. One more, Brennan, and then we're moving to Tennessee. Oh, it's likely renting. I don't want to mess with that. 5 bed, 1 bath. Like, guys, when I see this with my real estate investor hat on, it instantly lets me know I can turn this house into like a 4 bed, 2 bath, a 3 bed, 2.5 bath. I can like there's a ton of value add. Because like when we're buying real estate, we don't want to buy for what it is. We want to be able to buy value. We want to add value and take something functionally obsolete and then force that appreciation. Because that's when we make the most money. And there's so many different ways to do it. But when I see that, I just think like that's a huge opportunity. And this house is in a living trust. So Manuel has it on 9th Street. That's what we got. Nicole looks so cozy, man. She's gonna put me to sleep. It's like all right, we're done. We're going to Tennessee. Sorry, Brennan. We had a good run. We got one. We got one good contact. All right, let's do this. So Tennessee had a big win this weekend. You Titans fan? Geraldo? Oh. Let's close that out. There we go. Tennessee. Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna reset all my filters. We're gonna start fresh. Man, this is a small zip code, man. Where are we at on this? Let's zoom out a little bit. So Laverne, what's a city close to Laverne? All right, so we're just outside of Nashville. So we might want to add a couple zip codes. I saw you put another one on there, but let's just look here. So let's start with a couple filters that we used earlier. Let's do senior owners, and let's just do out of state. And I want to match all. Match all is on. I got 46 opportunities, right? Because we're just looking for opportunities, guys. We're sorting. We're not, oops. We're sorting. We're not selling. Uh-oh. I lost my map. It's all right. So there we go. There we go. Cool. So I got 46 opportunities. There we go. Now, again, I don't want recently sold. I want to look for stuff that hasn't traded recently. So we got Tom Haley. And they blurred it off Google Images. Not a big deal. So this is it here. Senior owner built in 2005. I like that. Lets me know it's newer, which is awesome. Off market, high equity, senior owner, tire landlord, out of state, absentee. I mean, this is all stuff I love, guys. Like you should love it too. And look here at the mailing address is California, and I'm looking at a house in Tennessee. Like awesome. All right. Swan. That's probably how I say it. Is that right, guys? Let's see. All right. Tom Haley. Who's ready? Who's excited? Who's fired up? I am. All right. Next. We'll see what we got. So, guys, it's like we look at a deck of cards. A deck of card is 52 cards, and there's 4 aces in the deck of cards. I'm just looking for aces. Like that's it. And we're like I said earlier, we're sorting. Like I'm looking for aces, and I know the aces are there. And right now, I'm hitting a bunch of 2 of clubs, 4 of clubs. I'm hitting a bunch of cards that I don't want. Like, do you stop because you don't get the ace? No. Do you just stop at a 10 of spades and you're like, oh my god, I got a 10 of spades. But it's so close to being an ace. And you grab the 10 of spades and you try to rub it. And you try to turn that 10 of spades into an ace. It'll never be an ace. Like, I'm just looking for aces. So like I'm going through this deck over and over and over again. And I know that there's aces on here. I just can't give up before I get to them. Does that make sense, everybody? All right, Carolyn. Yeah, Christina, I'll get some text back. Yeah, I'm sure you can say this, sir.
Please leave a message on the tone.
All right. Guys, does anybody have any questions like that I can answer on this? Or anybody have any questions? Like I can stop calling for a little bit if anybody has got questions. I'll call like 2 more, then we can hit some questions. I don't even know how to say this name, but I'm not worried about it. California. Right. Guys, and if you want help doing this, just comment mentor and like one of us will like somebody will get a hold of you, give you a specific game plan on exactly what to do, how to do it, a timeline, and leave you with whatever resources you need to hit whatever goal you got. That's it. Anytime, Brendan. I'll see you on the call tomorrow, I'm sure, man. Landline. Let's call this one. That's all right, dude. You can never. This is perfect, man. We actually got an answer faster with your area code or zip code than we did with Brennan, so I'm not worried about it. This is just an email. All right, I don't want an email. And here's the deal: is like there's a time and place to start the mailers, to do the emails, to do all that, but not for what I'm doing with you guys right now. All right, we're gonna do 2 more, and then I'm gonna answer some questions. Brittany, likely owner. Let's see what we got here.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I was calling about the house you have on Brittany. I was curious if you guys would be interested in selling it.
No, sir.
The house on Brittany, are you interested in selling it?
No, we are not. It's not for sale. Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
maybe later or never.
Maybe later.
Okay.
You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Oh, oh, I know. Yeah, we a buddy of mine just did a house not too far from there, and we're looking to buy another one. Would it be okay if I called you back in a couple months just to check in and see if anything changed?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, this is my number, and if anything changes, please just let me know. I'd be really happy to give you a cash offer on your property and close very quickly. Oh, hello? Are you thinking about it? As is, I can close on your timeline. I'll get the paperwork together and send it over. Hello? It, I guess they don't want to sell it. Here's a little pro tip. Don't ever call, whenever you guys are putting your contracts together and putting a deal under contract, don't ever call it a contract. Just call it paperwork. Nobody wants a contract. Nobody wants a commitment with Dish Network or DirecTV or AT&T or anybody. Nobody wants the contract. They just call it the paperwork. Get the paperwork together. All right. I'm calling this and we're gonna do a couple questions. I don't want to keep Val on all night. Nate's not doing it tonight, so she can get a little bit of a break. Nate will smoke a cigar until midnight and be like, all right, just another question. Just one more. Purchase agreement's great, Nicole. Just never contract. All right, that's it. We're done calling for tonight. But this Thursday, I'll call and I'll show you guys how to call people using methods that cost $0. Who's got questions? Let's answer some questions.
Yep.
Guys,
Oh,
Val?
no, I was gonna say I have a few questions if you want to run through those.
So badly.
Okay.
Let's rapid fire. Guys, and turn your cameras on. Let me see everybody's face. Come on. It would
We
just mean so much to me.
We have one from Marilyn. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. She said she's living in Brooklyn, New York, and she said, is it hard top wholesale? What can I do?" I think she was trying to say is it hard to wholesale and what she can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn's market's different. Like I can tell you that in the academy, Rob Law bought a wholesale deal off another one of our members, Okino, in the academy. I think Okino like made like $75,000 off that deal, and then Rob Law burned it and made like 300,000 off that deal. You can 100% do it like literally anywhere. You just got to know what the deal looks like. Like you got to know what it looks like, and then just connect it with people looking for deals. So you can do it anywhere. I firmly believe that.
We have another question from Greg Prez. He said, "Hey, Jurius, do you use virtual assistants to mainly make calls?"
Greg's in the academy. Greg knows where I talk about. Greg, call 1,000 people and then we'll talk on the coaching call. You know, Greg's just trying to sneak in here with everybody else, with the general population. Greg, you get VIP treatment. You know that, man.
We have iPhone asking, when hosting, you need to know all the rules and regulations of that state specifically.
Yeah, so some states are going to have different rules, but guys, like it doesn't matter where you're at. There's going to be a different, like I'm not going to even say workaround, but just a different exit strategy. Whether I'm going to do an asset purchase, whether I'm going to have to double close it, or do the assignment is going to have to come in the form as a line item on the settlement statement. Like it doesn't matter. Like there's ways to do it. Like let's just find the deal and then we'll figure out the solution.
We have one from Gina. It looks like a follow-up question. She said, "So wait, if you start with wholesaling and you're finding deals to sell to an investor, what happens if you get stuck with the contract and can't find a buyer? Or do you have a buyer in place before you accept the deal?" Am I making sense with my question?
You're making perfect sense, and that's a great question. It's like the magic question is like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And like so here's the thing is like when I'm wholesaling, I'm always building a cash buyer list, which I'll talk about that on Thursday too. But like I'm building a cash buyer list and I'm meeting people and I'm kind of like when I'm searching areas, I'm already gonna have like a buyer in mind for a certain area. So that's number one is like I'm not just kind of buying in areas just without having somebody in mind for that property. But also in our paperwork, it's really important that like there's like certain like phrases that we're gonna say. There's certain things like word tracks, like, hey, listen, this property's might is a little bit tighter. The numbers on this are a little bit tight for me. Or this property actually, man, I don't know if this property will work for me, but I work with a lot of investors and I think I have one in mind that this might be perfect for. Now, I know you want 90,000 for it. Well, as long as I get you $90,000 for this property, and if I hook my friend John up with this property, would it be okay if I, made a few $1,000s on it, but you would still get your 90,000? Would that be okay? Oh, cool. Okay, awesome. Like there's certain ways to tee it up, but then also when you're writing your paperwork, just having and something as simple as an inspection period on there for 14, 30 days until the end of escrow, and then not dragging it on past that period and wasting people's time if you don't have a buyer for it. It's super important.
Jody Rendell is asking, how do we know if it's double close versus something else? I don't know if you want to.
Assignment?
She just said double close. I don't know what she means by that specifically, but
So okay, here's what double close means. Double closing as quickly as possible. Double closing is when you close the property twice. So basically, that's when I will buy the property at 9 a.m., say for $100,000, and then at 9:30, I sell the property to somebody else, say for 110,000. So that's where I make $10,000. So there's two closings happening back to back. And I can get into that in more detail on a call or whatever, but that's what a double closing is. Quickly.
Jody is also asking where do you save the buyer list organization of it she's referring to.
I mean, you can save it anywhere. Like, I mean, like you can save it on an Excel spreadsheet. Like here's my thing for you guys is like I want to help you do your first deal spending as little money as little money as possible. So when I'm showing you guys Deal Machine and this tools, it's because it's incredible. It's because it really does help a ton. But you can keep tracking something as simple as an Excel spreadsheet. Sorry guys, it's starting to pour out here, so I'm gonna make my way inside for a few minutes to finish this out because I don't want to end it quite yet, but I'm still here. All right, what's next, Val? Let's go.
We have Travis Brown. He said, I know you're going over the wholesaling method, but what's the best way to go about getting into fix and flips? Same concept or something different? Thank you.
All right, good question. So, first is like, if you want to fix and flip, that's incredible. That's amazing. But, like, it's like, why fix and flip? Is it just because other people are fixing and flipping? Like, what is the reason behind it? But essentially, and I'm not going to get into this, so don't let me. I hope I didn't open Pandora's box. But like, think about it this way. Now, you're fixing and flipping, right? You're buying deals. Now, what do you need when you're fixing and flipping? You need the deals. Now, imagine being able to wholesale deals to yourself. You're able to pick up this inventory, pick up these deals, and you're not at the mercy of anybody else to get these deals. So, I mean, I don't care if you're fixing and flipping, if you're burring, if you're wholesaling. The most important part about investing in real estate is finding real estate. And you do that by learning how to source deals and learning how to find deals. I don't care who the end buyer is, if it's you or somebody else, that doesn't matter at all to me. So it's all relevant across the board.
We have another question from Steve. He said, do you contract out all of the construction or do you try to find locations close to you so you can do majority of the work? Question mark.
Dude, you don't want me doing any of the work. Like my guys, like I tried painting my accent wall here, and this thing right here, this like accent wall that I have, I tried painting it, and my painters came in and they just like laughed at me. They're like, "Dude, you're the worst painter ever." And I'm like, "I know, but I'm really good at finding houses." And like I used to do a lot of the work here and there, like just really easy stuff. But here's the thing: is like you're never gonna scale if you are going to be the one that's doing the work over and over again. So, like, I want you to understand like how a hot water heater works and how the dishwasher drains into the sink and all that kind of stuff. But like, you gotta you got to build these systems and processes so that way you can scale. And a big part of that comes from buying right. Like when you buy right, you will have the money to be able to sell the deals, to be able to budget, to have people come and do the rehabs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we have one from Prieto. I hope I'm not butchering the name. He asked, yes, I have a question. Is there a better time to call and see how long you would go on a session? I think he's referring to like how long you'd go on a call and if there's a better time to do that.
I mean, there's no perfect time. Like I don't know. I mean, I've had calls where like everybody answers. Like I've had calls like tonight. I've had calls where I set no appointments. I've had calls where I set 3 appointments. Like you just don't know. And here, okay, this is it, guys. Like this is getting like think about it. Like I need you to stop thinking like this. Okay. We are we're taught our whole life is like to trade it. We trade energy, we trade in action, we trade like some time, we trade something for something. Like there's always an exchange. How many times do you guys ever hear people say like, well, what's in it for me? Or what are you gonna give me? Or like, I'll do it for $5. Like when you like whatever. Like you guys have to understand that like there's going to be a lot of what feels like nothing. But that nothing is just getting you closer to getting that deal. So you have to be okay not getting something right away. Like it's not about getting it right now. It's about delaying the gratification for something bigger. You have to understand that. Like, you need to stop asking, what do I get now? Because that's like just how broke people think. But you have to be working towards getting better and getting that result. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, I've had 1,000 times I could have quit. I should have quit. Like, but I had no choice. Like, I had to make real estate work or I'm screwed. Like, I'm unemployable. Who here is unemployable? Like, I can't have a job. Like, I worked at Wendy's and quit 97 times. Like, I was lucky in the military. I started off kind of an asshole, but then got really good at, whatever. But like, dude, I'm not employable. Like, this isn't for people that want to go work a job, or this isn't for people that always want that security. Guys, nothing great is ever accomplished like in a box. Like, you look at like somebody, look at somebody like in locked up in jail. Look at somebody in prison. Well, cool. They get a toilet, they get a meals every day, they get a yard to play in, they get a bed to sleep on, but there's no freedom. Guys, they're stuck. And that's their reality. They have everything they need, but they have nothing else. Like, I don't want that. Like, there's more on the other side of this. And if I can get you guys to commit 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day to getting better at real estate, like, you guys on this call right now, whether or not you feel like you know anything, you guys know a lot more than somebody that wasn't on this call. You know way more than the next person who wasn't on here. And if you commit to every day learning a little bit more, like, and I'm talking about going in the group, searching Nate's name, searching my name, watching, guys, who on here wants to go and watch 20 of Nate's videos, 20 of my videos in the archives? Who on here wants to commit to getting on our weekly calls that we do for the next month? I promise you, you're going to get better and better. And if you want to take it a step further, like, get on a call with our team, like, comment mentor, and like, we'll give you actionable steps that you can follow. And if it's not with our help, we're going to give you the resources. Like, we will leave you better than when you got here. And you guys have just got to believe that. That's it. Like, that's all that it is. Like, this isn't rocket science. All right, rant's over. Sorry, Val. What's next? All right, look, we're gonna do a few more, and then I'm gonna give Val her night back. But if you guys find this helpful, come this Thursday, same Zoom link at noon. I'm gonna call people, and I'm gonna do it without software. I'm gonna do it 100% with like no money at all, and show you guys how to do it. Because I'm gonna take your excuses and just flush them down the toilet. Because that's all that I hear is just like crying whenever I hear about money and I can't. Like, that's not real. That's just not real.
We have a pretty good question here from Heather Carlsberg. She said, my question is, I want to leave voicemails if I cold call, not my personal phone number, and I want to leave a phone number for the lead to call me back. I hear you should regularly change your phone number for cold calling businesses. How do you give out your phone number for leads to call you back in the future, especially if you change your phone number frequently? And do you have to keep paying for a phone service to have a phone number in the future? Say someone calls you back a year later. I do not have a phone dialer system.
I got it. It's a long, guys. Anybody in my academy members know I'll never read anything that long. But Val, you did a great job. I got the gist of it. Here's the best part about this, guys, is that Deal Machine makes it so easy that, like, your number, they are always scrubbing numbers. So when here, let me show you really fast here. So, all right, you guys see that? So if I go in here to call this number, hold on. All right. So if I go in here to call this number, call it. I'm going to hit this. Oops. I'm calling. Okay, good. I'm maxed out. So it'll tell me I called from this number. So this number here is always a local number to wherever I'm calling in the country. And then this number will always be assigned to this lead. So I already know what number it is. It changes it for me. And what's nice is it doesn't show up as spam or like likely spam or junk. So it's there. And then if I go into my dialer, how do I get rid of this? Go into the dialer. Or no, I go to my dashboard. Yeah, it'll show me calls made, mail sent. But it also shows me incoming calls somewhere. Is it under dialer? Yeah, here it is. Incoming activity. And it'll show me who's called me back and what number they call me back on. And then I can call them back from that number. Like, it makes it so easy. Like, so easy. Does that answer your question, Heather? It's all in the system. It's so simple. And like, my people that like have called people, like, I'm telling you guys, I spent thousands building out dialers and integrations with Salesforce before like wholesaling was super cool. And it was not this easy. Like you had to do 10 DLC compliance. You had to have different numbers. You called out a 10-line dialer, maybe a 3-line dialer. If 2 people picked up, one would get hung up on, another would come through. You'd be spam. Like it was a mess. Like this makes it so stinking easy. It's awesome. All right. 2 more questions. And was this helpful, guys? Did you guys like this format? Let me know if you guys like this in the chat. We can just send Nate like on more cruises, man. I'll just hang out with you guys every single Tuesday and Thursday. We'll just have the best time ever.
We have a really good question from Daniel. He said, "Hi, I'm new here. I work a full-time job and I want to get into real estate. I have a 9 to 6 p.m. every day with one hour and 10-minute travel each way. How can I maximize my free hours to get into real estate and eventually leave my 9 to 5?"
Dude, good question. So, do you do that commute every single day?
Yeah, he said he does. Yeah.
Dang. All right, man. That's like I'd be super motivated to quit that W2. Well, so what I would do is on the way to work and on the way back, straight like real estate podcast. Like listen to recordings of this, listen to just find like good audiobooks about real estate. Like one thing I think everybody should read is like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I love that. I'm really big on the audiobook stuff. Like I love Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference is awesome. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence Others. Like all things that you should be listening to repeatedly every quarter, all day. And every one of those serve a different purpose. So when people, you guys are getting into real estate, like investing, you're wearing 3 hats. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you're a salesperson. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying because they just want to make it sound super easy. But like you really are wearing all 3 of those hats. It's just a fact. So I would just listen to like books like that and real estate podcasts that I liked, there and back. Then when I get home, I would tell the family, tell everybody, hey, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna need 30, 45 minutes. I gotta make some calls. I gotta set appointments. That's it. And then this is a conversation you have with your spouse, and you just tell the family, like, guys, listen, I'm gonna be working like extra hard for the next 24 months. Um, because I'm really trying to get out of this 2-hour commute. It's killing me. I'm spending 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week. What's 10 times 52? That's 500. Again, I can't do the Nate math. So like, let's do 10 hours a week times 52. That's 520 hours divided by 24. Oh my God. I'm spending 22 days a year driving to work and back. And it's killing me. I'm losing a month with my family. I love you guys so much. I need you to understand for the next 24 months, I'm going to be spending this extra hour every single day working on building a real estate business. But I'm going to do it for 24 months so that on that 25th month, I'm going to have something really special where I'm going to be able to walk away from that W2, or I'm going to be able to pick something else. It might be a little bit closer that will allow me to build something for the future. So you got to kind of just tee up the family for that. But in summary, like listen to real estate podcasts, listen to those books, and then time block to do whether it's a real estate meetup or you're cold calling, like whatever that is. But just find an activity to push your business forward. That's what I would do, man.
Jairus, we have a question from Fabrice Benjamin. I think that's why he raised his hand too. This was a little bit
Yeah.
earlier today. He said, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent in Maine and have a running wholesaling business. Can you give me some advice? I can't lock in a deal and it's been 2 months."
Wait, say that. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. What was what was it one more time?
He said, "I'm a real estate agent in Maine and I have a running wholesale business." And he asked if you can give him some advice. He cannot lock a deal and it's been 2 months now.
I mean, that's just like, I guess, what list are you calling? How consistently are you calling them? Dude, you might not get your deal for 4 months. It's just tough because it's just a numbers game. Like, what do the numbers look like? What's the answer rate? How consistently are you guys calling them? But dude, just do more, do more, do more. That's like my answer. And I know it's like not like a sexy answer, and it's not like cut and dry, but just do more of what you're doing and it will come.
Awesome. We have luckily one more question. This one's from iPhone and it just came in. I'm in Kentucky and they passed a House Bill 62, got rid of being able to wholesale
Who cares? It doesn't matter. Double close it. The rules against the signing. You can double close it. You can double close it. You can just get your real estate license in Kentucky. It's like $1,500 and an online course. Like you can just go in with your licenses and And as long as you guys disclose that you have your license to what you're doing and you're with an investor friendly brokerage, like they're going to help you do it. But I would just double close it back to back. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, guys. Listen. We could go for like the next like 6 hours, but my son just got home from soccer. I gotta go see how all that stuff went. I know Val's got so much to do. Just looking at her eyes is like, got so much to do. Guys, if you found this helpful, you want to hang out again, I'm here every Thursday at noon on the same Zoom link, calling people doing this kind of stuff. Nate's normally here at this time. I'm just filling in because he's doing something. But man, I hope this was helpful. If you guys ever need anything, like don't let don't let not knowing be the reason you don't do something. Just ask in the group. Tag me and ask. I'll help you. Search my name, search Nate's name. And we have all the resources here for you guys. But man, I really appreciate you guys hanging out. If anybody wants more help, just comment mentor me and we'll help you get a roadmap, guide you. Worst case scenario, we're going to give you a bunch of free trainings and send you on your way. But I promise you, we're going to leave you way better than when we got you because, man, there's just no reason not to do it. Like all the information's here. Like let us help you. That's it. Like learn from my scars, my mistakes. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.